Hello and welcome to Cake Mortgage's wholesale portal. Today we'll walk through how to register and submit a new loan file. Our first step is to click on Add New Loan from our menu bar, followed by designating a loan officer and a loan processor. Once assigned, click on Next, and here is where we can upload our MISMO 3.4 file. Once uploaded, click on Go to Register Loan Form, and here's where you can double check the borrower's info, subject property information, whether or not we're waiving escrows, compensation type, and whether or not we're buying out the underwriting fee. Once complete, click on Register on the bottom right and give it about 20 seconds to load. At this point, you should be in the file itself, and on this first screen, we'll answer a couple basic questions such as the close of escrow date, whether or not the property is a condotel, and whether or not it's non-warrantable if it is a condo. Click Save to save your changes, and here's where we'll utilize a quick shortcut to fill in any information that may be missing on our 1003. From your navigation menu, go ahead and click on Submit Loan, and you should see this required fields and documents pop up. Go ahead and expand this row for required fields, leave pricing alone for now, and answer these preliminary questions. Click Save, and this pop-up will reappear with additional information to fill in. Let's go ahead and expand both rows and fill in the missing information with exception to product and pricing. Once complete, click Save, and the only item that should be remaining will be product and pricing, which we'll do next. Go ahead and click Cancel, and from our menu bar, click on Product, Pricing, and Lock. Start by selecting your loan type and your loan term, and then click on this downward facing arrow towards the middle top to expand the loan parameters. Double check your loan purpose, purchase price, value, and loan amount. Select the lien position, check your state, county, property type, and occupancy, and enter the FICO score. If your borrower is self-employed, make sure you select yes in this dropdown. Otherwise, not all products and pricing will appear. Borrowers who opt into autopay get a slight break on LLPAs, and ensure your compensation type is structured accurately. Next, scroll down and ensure you have the correct documentation type selected, plus the number of years we're using to verify. If applicable, this is where you'll also enter the prepayment term and structure. Once you've filled in all the information, click on Get Pricing. The best price product will typically appear here on top. Now you can sort by price or rate by clicking on Sort By here towards the top right. If you know which program you're going to move forward with, go ahead and click on the banner to expand the rate sheet, and select the rate that you wish to lock in or float by clicking on the checkbox to the left of the rate. Next, you'll want to scroll down within the web browser in order to request your lock or float by clicking on Request on the bottom right. In this example, we'll float the rate. Now keep in mind, you will have to confirm your float or lock request, so make sure you're not moving too quickly through this section. Once your float or lock request was initiated, you'll receive confirmation. Our next step is to import credit by clicking on Credit and AUS from our navigation menu. From here, we'll click on Order Credit on the top right, and you'll start by selecting your credit provider, enter your username and password, and then click on Reissue Credit Report, followed by entering the reference number. Once you've filled in all the information, click on Reissue Credit. Once credit has been reissued, you'll receive confirmation here up top. Our next step is to link any mortgage liabilities to their respective REO. Let's go ahead and expand the ERLA section within the navigation menu and click on Real Estate. Scroll down to the respective property and click on Link Liabilities, followed by selecting each mortgage that's associated with that property. If a property is to be sold and the mortgage to be paid off, you can click on Assets and Liabilities and indicating whether it's going to be paid off or excluded from our liabilities total. Next, we'll add our EMD for purchase transactions, which will also be in Assets and Liabilities. And from here, we'll scroll down until we reach the section that states Other Assets and Credits you have. We'll add an entry, select the account owner, followed by the asset or credit type. In this case, we're going to select earnest money and enter the dollar amount. Once complete, make sure to click Save to save your changes. Our next step is to pull in fee estimates. To do so, click on Smart Fees from the navigation menu, and your order screen should auto-populate. If it doesn't, click on Order Service on the top right, select Closing Fees, followed by Core Logic Smart Fees. Click Next, and here's where you can select a separate provider if you wish. When satisfied, click on Export to Encompass. Once we've imported fees, let's go ahead and click on Comp/Fee Visibility from our navigation menu, and scroll down to Section A, Origination Fees, to ensure that you have the correct compensation structure selected and the correct dollar amount. Scroll down a bit further to Section B to ensure that you have the correct credit report fee and third-party processing fee if applicable. Make sure to click Save to push through all your changes. Our final step prior to submitting the loan is to upload our minimum submission documents. Minimum submission documents will include all credit, income, and asset documents for both AltDoc and DSCR products. Let's click on Loan Documents from our navigation menu and scroll down until you see TPO file submission. Here's where you can drag and drop files or simply browse for them. You'll know your documents are uploaded once you see that it's been completed. Great! Our final step is to submit the loan. Let's go ahead and click on Submit Loan from our navigation menu. Notice how we no longer have a pop-up showing any missing required fields. In this case, let's go ahead and click on Confirm. And once complete, your file is officially submitted and is now in queue to have disclosure sent within our standard turn times. Should you need a preview LE, please let your account manager or account executive know. I hope you found this video helpful. Should you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your account executive. And thank you so much for being a Cake partner.